Hi, welcome to Real Film Snobs. I'm Angela Yeager.
And I'm Bryan Michael. That clip you just saw was from The Town, starring Ben Affleck. And we're actually going to have a Mr. Affleck here to be interviewed. Oh, hold on. No, actually, Ben Affleck is stuck in traffic, so he's not going to be able to make it for the show today. That's too bad.
Yeah,
there goes half the segments. We'll just have to figure out what else we're going to talk about. Ben Affleck actually does star and direct in this new film called The Town. He plays a bank robber who is going through kind of a midlife crisis. He finds a girl that he has fallen in love with. Strangely enough, she was a hostage on their last bank job. And of course, there's some inner turmoil with him and his gang on what should be done. This is Ben Affleck's second directorial take, as first one being the excellent Gone Baby Gone, which I can't recommend highly enough. But this one was very surprising because I didn't know he was in this movie that much. I thought he was actually going to be a smaller part of this movie, and he's actually the main character.
Yeah.
So that's very impressive. I mean, I've been impressed with his directing, his debut film. I'm impressed with the directing here, but also to star in it, that's a major accomplishment. And this definitely shows that Ben Affleck is a major talent behind the camera. I'm very impressed.
So how many stars?
3.5 stars. I really enjoyed the film. It did a great job of actually showing the bank heist without getting too Ocean's 11 into it and having to describe.
Yeah.
It's, you point a gun at someone, you take the money, and you go. I love the fact that his character is very calm, cool, and collected, and they give all of the hothead role to Jeremy Renner, who really plays the explosiveness. At any moment, this guy is going to go off. They have a great chemistry between the two, and is I would expect this to be a summer movie. This is kind of late in the summer or the fall.
I know, it's almost the time when they sort of usually dump movies in September, and so I was sort of surprised. But Jeremy Renner is really, to me, the highlight of this movie. He was so good in The Hurt Locker, a real discovery by Catherine Bigelow, I thought, in terms of getting him on the national stage. Of course, nominated for an Oscar for that.
Because everyone saw that movie.
No, but once it was nominated, people started to talk about his name. Yes, I never heard his name before The Hurt Locker.
He was on a TV show called Angel, like messing with Joss Whedon. I don't know.
In any case, Jeremy Renner is really one of the reasons to see this movie. Ben Affleck is a good director. This movie reminded me a lot of, for you Robert Mitchum fans out there, and I know there are a lot of you, reminded me a lot of a Robert Mitchum's movie from the 1970s, and that's not a thing against the movie. It's always good, when your movie is sort of like a good Robert Mitchum movie, not a bad one, but called The Friends of Eddie Coyle with Robert Mitchum. It's also a crime sort of thriller about small-time hoods, also in Boston, who do bank robberies. And another great actor in this movie is Rebecca Hall, this is the third movie I've seen her in that I loved. The first movie I ever saw her was Vicky Cristina Barcelona by Woody Allen, where she literally steals the movie from Scarlett Johansson. Not an easy thing to do. She was quite good in that movie, although Penelope Cruz was the reason to see it. And then she was very good in a movie earlier this year that played here locally called Please Give with Catherine Keener, that she was just excellent. And one of the things I like about her that I think Ben Affleck really shows in this movie is she has sort of this warmth and this charm and sort of this girl next door type of thing that I think some actresses like Jennifer Aniston try to do, but there's also sort of an intelligence and there's something, a little bit more complication going on.
When you say girl next door, see, now, one thing I really noticed about her is not like the movie Girl Next Door.
No.
I mean, she's not, her hair is perfect. No, there's times where, she looks a little disheveled. She looks like anybody else. She's, a bank teller, which they never make movies about, if you think about it. But anyway, she's assistant manager.
She's a pretty girl who's sort of, a regular girl, basically. Yeah.
And so that's really refreshing. And she has a great chemistry, again, with Ben Affleck, who's holding down two hats. So I really enjoyed her performance as well. And it's a really nice, it's just a really nice work there between the three. If I were to pick at things, that's why 3.5 is perhaps the ending, after just seeing a great film like The American, this one just falters a little bit, the last 5 minutes or so. And John Hamm, I just don't buy as a tough guy FBI. Nope. I buy him as slick, cool. I buy him as funny. I don't buy him as a tough guy.
I like John Hamm in it from Mad Men. I thought he was good. I liked all the casting in the movie, actually. It worked for me. And I thought it was fine.
Did you find him intimidating? If you were Ben Affleck's character, would you find him intimidating at all?
Yeah, because some guys like that, I mean, he's the behind-the-scenes guy. So those guys have to be a little bit slick, I think. And I think the scene where he goes after Ben Affleck's ex
but he's trying to be tough. And I didn't find him tough. I didn't really find him.
I don't know. It didn't bother me so much. And I didn't really bother the ending so much. For anything, the only reason it'd be a 3 or 3.5 star movie is just basically because it felt a little familiar to me. I don't know if he's reinventing the wheel here with this. And I thought Gone Baby Gone Maybe for that genre was trying to do something a little different. I think it's a better movie overall, but still all the way solid and definitely, considering, what a sort of a tough career ride Ben Affleck has had in terms of doing so much sort of awful Hollywood movies. It's good to see a good movie that's not too slick doing well.
It's interesting though that when you make a film, when he made all of those horrible Jerry Bruckheimer movies, now he's directing and he makes such a completely different. I don't know. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you sell out and be able to make art at the same time. Anywho, so we'll move on to our next one, which is actually the Manhattan Short Film Festival. This is something that's going to be playing here locally at the Salem Cinema. It's actually the only place in Oregon that this is going to be playing. There are 10 short films that they're going to be showing, and at the end of the screening, you get to vote and who you think is the best. And then back at the actual film festival in Manhattan, that's New York, they're going to announce the winner. So this is kind of a big deal. It's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Watching a short film is a little different. I had to change gears a little bit because we only get 12, maybe the very most 20 minutes for a film, the thing I enjoyed most about them is they all kind of start where you're just dropped in. Mm-hmm. It takes a minute for you to figure out what's going on because, they got to move.
Yeah.
They all establish the mood really well and the time and place very well. So I really enjoyed that. And then, sometimes some of them ended a little too soon for me in a good way, and sometimes in a little bit in a bad way. So it's a very interesting mix. Now, a lot of these films come from all around the world.
Right, hundreds of films. In fact, were originally in the original voting process from 43 different countries were submitted to the Manhattan Film Festival Committee, and then these are like the 10 that they picked as the best. And there's actually films from all over the world, none from America, in fact. So from the United States, but
North America, we've got
there's
Mexico and
Canada. Yeah, Mexico and Canada, so close enough, right?
Yeah.
And 10 films from around the world, and then people in Salem have a really unique opportunity. We are like the only ones in the state of Oregon who get to vote on this, and every state in the country is participating in the film festival. So
that's a really great idea. I really enjoyed this, and I enjoyed a lot of the movies. The first one kind of mentioned. The very first one is Watching, which kind of plays a little bit on. At first I didn't know what it was going to be. Was it going to be funny? Was it going to be suspenseful, and a man just approaches someone in a bistro and starts asking him questions and starts telling him about himself. So I liked that.
It's got a little suspenseful edge. One of the things I noticed about a lot of these shorts that we were lucky enough to be able to preview before the festival this weekend is that they all had really good actors in it for the most part. A lot of times I've seen a lot of shorts at various festivals and things, and a lot of times the acting is very, as you know, very sketchy, and the acting is very good.
I was actually really impressed with the look of them. They're not just some handheld video camera.
Not some shaky,
Kevin Smith made in the back
unlike
room.
a movie we'll be reviewing later in the show. So it was Watching what would you say was your absolute favorite out of the 10? Maybe just tell us that. I have my favorite, so I was curious.
I really enjoyed The Little Inconvenience. And I thought that was from Canada, and that was very interesting, where a man wakes up one morning and finds that he floats from time to time.
Huh.
And I enjoyed
that was just a little
kind of
fluffy one. I was surprised that would be your favorite.
I really enjoyed that. Well, the ending was very profound, and of course, I really enjoyed that. So.
And my favorite out of the 10 was from Croatia, actually. It was a movie called Party.
Yeah.
And it was about a girl who goes out with her friends. She's with her boyfriend. They're making out. And they all go out to have this party. They're drinking beer and having fun. And then they all say, they have different things. One of them says, I have to go to the bathroom. The other one has to go back to the store. And then she takes a nap. And she wakes up and she finds out they've all disappeared. And I won't disclose the rest of the film.
You pretty much just told the
Well, no,
whole
there
movie.
gets more. Then she wakes up and she discovers something.
Yes.
But it's pretty profound. I think it's about, obviously there was, in Croatia there was a huge war in the 90s, and about sort of the idea of loss. And I don't know. I thought it was really amazing. I thought the acting was really good. And
the 90s, huh? You think it reached back to the interesting. You always.
I always what?
No, that's good. The other one that I actually really enjoyed.
Did you like that one?
Yes, I did enjoy that one.
Oh, okay.
Echo was another one that I really enjoyed from Poland.
Oh,
and that's where,
that was a harder edged one, yeah.
That just you start right off. There's a man who's questioning these two young boys. I'm not going to give anything away, Angela. You're able to figure out that this is a policeman and he's investigating a murder. And the way they just they just breadcrumb it just enough and just right. Because, like, again, you just have a short period of time to catch people's attention. And that one really caught really fast. I loved the location. I loved the look of it. That's a great one, too.
And I really liked Push Bike from Australia. I'm curious what you thought of that one. It's about a middle-aged woman with kids and a husband, and the movie opens with her having sex with her husband, not having a good time, and she ends up, through a series of circumstances, finding herself nude in public. So I won't give any more away than that. But
that's just
you didn't
female
like that
erotica. I don't know. Those are those romance novels.
Oh, no, I didn't think so. I thought it was a really interesting concept. It's like one of those dreams you have where you realize you wake up and you're in the classroom and you're not wearing any clothes or something like that. It was like that, but come to life. I thought it was an interesting concept. So, and I thought that one was well shot. I liked the photography in it. So.
12 Years was one that was pretty impressive, from Germany. The two dogs.
Are you joking? Okay, so that was my least.
The animation on that was very interesting, and I liked the look of it. The ending was a little abrupt.
There was no story.
That.
So 12 Years was my absolute least favorite. I did not understand how that would even get into a film festival like
Underground
this.
was the only one I didn't really I
liked Underground. 12 Years was luckily only 3 minutes, so it was the shortest one, but it was just a dog talking to the camera about its breakup with another dog.
No, the other dog was there. They were sitting there having dinner, and they were breaking.
It was mostly from the perspective of the one dog, and I didn't think the animation was very good. I can't believe you liked it. And why was it German? It was all in English.
Yeah. Because people are bilingual?
Yeah, I just thought I didn't understand of all the.
Because dogs only speak English.
They had hundreds of films probably submitted to this film festival. I couldn't think there could have been something better from some other country that would have been better. Anything, I thought.
Really?
Yeah, I really thought the German. I thought the German one was the worst one by far. Yeah.
No,
you're
the
wrong
Underground from Mexico. Somebody hopping the border. Well, I've done that before. That didn't do so much for me.
No. I thought that one was pretty powerful, especially when they meet the militia man there. And what did you think of Madagascar?
Actually, I really liked the look of it.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on.
None clue.
It's in French and there were no subtitles, but it has a beautiful animation look and different animation styles
different
blended.
Animation styles, that was what really impressed me, and I really enjoyed that. That one you could just sit. That was just a moving postcard. I mean, that's all that one was.
Yeah,
it
was really
just
pretty.
Absolutely beautiful, and to sit and watch, and you just kind of let it wash over you. And if you could understand it and know what it meant, hey, if you speak French and you went and you are like, chocolat bleu, stupid, write us. Go onto our website and email us and tell us what that was all about. We would love to hear from you, but
yeah.
You try.
And what about The Pool from Ireland? Did you like that?
That was another really strong,
that was a good, really one.
Strong one. That one I could have seen more of. That was one of the ones I'm like, you know what? Why not just make that into a bigger picture?
Maybe they would eventually. That one was one I kind of wanted a little bit more as well, in a good way. I thought, this is sort of interesting. The ending was very suspenseful, and I wanted to find out what was going to happen next. So, some really
acting in that. The kids were really
and kid actors are even more difficult to work with. So again, the Manhattan Short Film Festival is September 26th through the 28th here in Salem, Oregon. So if you like shorts, and apparently people in Salem are really into shorts, I've heard. I know
I wear some every day.
Yeah, I've heard that at the film festival, at the Salem Film Festival in the past, the Oscar animated shorts as well as the live action ones almost always sell out. So, and I've heard from the local theater owner here that people in Salem seem to dig short films. So maybe it's an attention span issue. I don't know.
It's the fluoride in the water.
I don't know why, but I mean, I think that's cool because I think shorts are a great format. It's a good way to see emerging filmmakers. A lot of really famous filmmakers start doing shorts.
Briefs.
So